Hello and welcome to Taste of Success, Tricks and Tips in the Kitchen. I'm Eleanor and I will be guiding you through what to do with those overripe bananas. You know, the ones that have been in the fruit bowl for a little bit too long and you don't know what to do with them, you don't want to chuck them out. Well, this is where you learn how to do the best banana cake around. So just follow this recipe to the T and you will have the perfect solution to your overripe bananas. So we're going to start with the ingredients that you need for the cake. So in this bowl here we have the caster sugar, the unsalted butter, a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we have the eggs and we have some dark chocolate in this bowl. We have some milk here and some baking powder, which we'll add a teaspoon of to the self-raising flour that's in this bowl. And then here we have the overripe bananas. Now I've got 3 small overripe bananas in here, but if you have larger bananas then I would suggest you only have 2. Now first off we're going to take the ingredients that are in this bowl, which is the caster sugar and the butter, and we're going to cream it. Now this stainless steel bowl goes on my standalone mixer and it'll take 3 to 4 minutes on my standalone mixer to cream it. Now to get to the point of the ingredients being creamed, it needs to be white almost in colour. You can use a hand whisk if you would prefer, which might take a little bit longer, or a wooden spoon if you want to do it by hand. But if you do want to do it by hand, my tip is to actually use your hand. So make sure it's clean and then use it in a whisking motion, and then it will come to the creaming point a lot quicker than if you were to use a wooden spoon, because the heat in your hand will combine the ingredients a lot quicker and get you to that point. The butter and the sugar have been mixing for around 3 minutes and it's creamed together to the right colour. So you can see that it's quite white in colour now. While that was mixing, I lined the baking sheet. So I greased it and I put greaseproof paper in it as well. So you can see the sort of dish that I'm using here. This is a perfect for slab cakes, which this cake will be, rather than a layered round cake in a traditional Victoria sponge cake. This is the sort of pan that works best for this cake. The oven is also warming up in preparation for the cake to go in. So now we're going to add the eggs, and we'll add the eggs one at a time, and it's going to be on a slow speed so that it combines. So now it's time to add our key ingredient, the overripe bananas. So just put them straight into the mixture. And make sure you've mushed them up first. So when I showed you before, I just chopped them up and put them in the bowl. I've now used the fork to mush them up so they're all sort of mushed up and they'll be more easily combined into the mixture. Make sure you get everything in there. It's also time to add the chocolate in. As you can see, I've chopped it up in the bowl into little chunks like that. Pop that into the mixing bowl. And then we'll put it onto a slow speed just to combine those 2 things into the rest of the mixture. So in the bowl now we have the eggs, we have the sugar, we have the butter, the pinch of salt, the vanilla extract, the mushed up bananas and the chocolate. Into this I'm slowly going to pour the milk. Okay, and so we come to the final stage of the making of the cake. So I have the mixture here in the bowl, sieve on top. Here's the self-raising flour, and on top I've got a teaspoon of baking powder. Now always make sure you sieve the flour into the mixture, because as I was saying earlier, it's important that there's a lot of air in the mixture. So, and the finer the flour the better. So put the flour straight into the sieve, like that, and then just sieve it into the mixture. So, like I was saying earlier about using your hand to cream the butter and the sugar, you can also use your hand to fold in the flour. So you'll often hear this term about folding in the flour, and that means not to beat it in, okay? You've got to be reasonably gentle with it. So I use my hand to fold it in. So if you have a look here, you can see how I'm folding the flour in. I'm going round the side of the bowl, lifting it through and taking it round. Folding round, lifting it through and folding it in. So the cake mixture is ready to be put in the pan. You are looking for a dropping consistency. Now, a dropping consistency is when you grab a big lot like that and it drops just like that. So that's the perfect consistency that you're looking for. So everything always varies with different flours as well, and egg sizes are slightly different, so you have to be able to use an element of common sense to see what it's looking like. So now the mixture is in the pan, we pop it into the oven for 40 minutes, and while it's in there we will make the glaze that we'll put on the top. So we come to the final step in making this banana chocolate cake, and as you can see, it's just come out perfectly from the oven. I have used this to make lots of little holes in the top. Now this is one thing that the Americans do really well. They make these slab cakes taste absolutely amazing, and half of it goes to the glaze that they put on the top. So I've got in here a glaze that I've made, and in there is butter, cream, brown sugar and desiccated coconut, them all in together. Now what you do is you smother the top of this, and then this glaze will seep through the holes that you've made in the cake, and it'll create that moisture throughout the whole of the cake, and that's what makes it fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this thick, rich glaze on the top of the cake, and it'll seep through those holes, and then you'll have the taste of this glaze going all the way through the mixture. It's not the prettiest cake in the world, but I tell you, it is absolutely delicious. Okay, so you let that glaze just seep through the top. And what you do is you take this and you put it under the grill for literally 30 seconds to a minute max, and then you'll get this sort of crispiness running through it, and then it will just be a fantastic crispy top on this moist cake. So this is the final product. It's our banana and dark chocolate slab cake. It's absolutely delicious. It's moist all the way through, as you can see, and it's got that nice desiccated coconut top. Just have a little sample. And the plain chocolate offsets the sweetness of the banana fantastically. It's a delicious cake, and it's fantastic for kids, for parties, anything like that. So it's not the prettiest cake in the world, but it's one of the tastiest. So if you want to keep up to date with all of our tips and tricks from the kitchen, make sure you sign up to our blog and our newsletter on the website. It's www.tasteofsuccess.co.uk, or if you want to buy one of our products, just email us at info@tasteofsuccess.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.